Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. Gemini. Let's see what the overall energy is for you and this reading right now. This is the last of the pre-recorded vacation readings to you from me. Gemini. The energy. The overall energy of this reading for Gemini. What is the overall energy of this reading for Gemini? Oh, the camel. Balance. Balance, Mr. Camel. Balance. Well, with this card, I always get the balance of fire and water, of hot and cool, of dry and wet. So, you know, well, Gemini, to have like different things that you're feeling back and forth or dealing with, the duality. This is a very Gemini kind of energy. It's like the duality going on right here. And I like to think that your duality is really, it's such an important aspect. It gets missed on so many tarot readers. They're always like, Gemini, why didn't you make a choice? And I'm like, why are they so hard? I don't know why anyone should be hard on any zodiac sign, to be honest. Because they all have really interesting qualities that we can learn about in all of them. And Gemini is the duality. And I think it's because that's part of making a choice and making a decision and trying to have balance in yourself too, is allowing the duality to exist. So there's some sort of duality here. The bottom is the beaver. It's time to get to work, maybe? I don't know. Little beaver working really, really hard. Sun up till sundown. The happy little guy. The happy little guy. The little beaver. I'm going to go tarot cards. This is when I'm almost ready for vacation. This is literally like the second last zodiac reading before I go on vacation. So Gemini. The Seven of Coins, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups. Look at you. See the duality here. Endings and beginnings. Endings and beginnings. The King of Wands is at the bottom. Very passionate. Very driven. Very driven. The King of Wands, I want to say, is the one king. Don't get in his way. When that king knows what that king wants, nothing is stopping that king. Nothing is stopping the King of Wands energy. Trying to feel this out here with the beaver and the camel, because that's a very driven energy. It's very, very driven, very, very focused, very, very creative. Interesting, as Sagittarius and Scorpio at the top here, the zodiac symbols, and in here we do have Scorpionic energy, and that is also to me a very dual sign, with Pluto and Mars, you know, governing that zodiac. Like the water and the fire. The water and the fire. This is really what is, yeah, because that's what the camel is balancing, the water and the fire here. It's balancing the water and the fire. And where does the beaver work? It works on land and in the water. Mostly in the water. He gets his resources from on land, the trees, but does all his time in the water. So it is about balance here. Fire and water, emotions, feelings, passions, desire. With a splash of earth, a splash of being grounded. Seven of Coins. Knowing when to pick the fruit, when to leap and not to leap. Reassessing what's worked out, what hasn't. What do I feel good about, what don't I? What am I drawn to, what am I not drawn to? Definitely reassessing. And then this end here. Something is ending. And it, you know, with the Death card, something is ending so that something new can begin, right? I feel lately like this Death card too. I associate it with like a period of mourning also. So something ending that you you know, that means something significant to you, with it being death. Like it almost feeling like something has been removed from your life, or you've removed something from your life here. Something has ended. And this Ace of Cups, this new beginning. Just getting to with the Death Cup, because there's definitely some sort of a desire for balance here for you, Gemini. There's some sort of desire for balance. The duality of your sign here is kind of fighting. Because this Death card, with the fire and the water, the passion, the desire, the spark, the emotions. Let's see what comes out. Because, you know, trying to go into the cups. This is a new beginning of feelings and emotions. Which comes, it's coming in very, like happiness, joy. And it comes in like right after this Death card. And I can see, like that's why I'm getting like why there's some sort of balance needed here. Because that does seem like comes in fast, right? Like usually like you might like maybe have a 7 of Pentacles and then have a 4 of Swords or something else. Maybe those have happened along the way, because usually there's some sort of period of time needed for healing, for self-assessment, before going into new things. But let's see what the cards tell us, Gemini. Ace of Wands with a 7 of Pentacles, assessing this. The Chariot. Wow, and then Fortune. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. The Hierophant is at the bottom. Deeper commitments here. Spiritual connections. 5 of Wands is at the bottom, or is below that. Yeah, like there's some sort of conflict. I do see, like, I feel like some sort of conflict within you. So yeah, you have 2 aces here. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups with the 7 of Coins, with the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, so reassessing again, like you have the fire and the water. But the wand is sitting under the Pentacles. If there's a lot of passion and desire here, you're trying to assess it. You're trying to think about it. You're trying, let's just say, maybe not to allow it to control you. You're trying to have some balance. You're trying to have some balance here. Interesting energies, man. These 2 major arcana sitting with each other. The Death card and the Chariot. And it does say abracadabra above this Chariot. It's just telling me you manifested something. There's some sort of manifestation coming in. There's some sort of protection also. Very protective. And look at the Chariot. He's holding this. And it's like this wheel, right? It's like a wheel. Like this disc. But this Chariot doesn't physically move. As my chair keeps moving. This Chariot doesn't physically move because these statues are like cement or bronze or copper. Well, not copper, steel. I don't know what they are, but they're not movable. So it does keep the Chariot from physically moving. But energetically, there's so much sitting behind it. And with the abracadabra, it's like manifestation. The energy of manifestation has been sitting behind something that's completion, something that's coming to a completion here. You may have been manifesting something. And you know, as manifestations often do, they don't come in when you expect them to come in. So the manifestation might be coming in at a period that you're not expecting it to come in. Because there's definitely some time here for self-assessment, for reassessment, and assessing the feelings, emotions that you're going through with this camel. Because with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune card, it's kind of like the universe is saying, well, this is the time. This is the time now. Now is the time. It seems to be easier for you, for whatever reason, on the emotional level here, to see how this is possible. Like with the Fortune card, to see how this is possible. But the desire and the passion, it's like you need to assess that. You need to assess it. It's what's kind of getting you to take some stock here, to pause for a moment. So let's see, we're going to go into this teeny tiny tarot. Why is this being assessed, this Ace of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles? Why is this being assessed? I'm not surprised. It was in every split when I was doing this deck just now. The Page of Wands, the Strength card, and the Ace of Cups. The Page of Wands, the Strength card, and the Ace of Cups. I think there's an awful lot of feeling and emotion under the surface here. There's a lot of feeling and emotion under the surface. And you know what it feels like? It feels like if you let your passion, it feels like it might be led by passion and desire. You have the King of Wands here. Whether this is you or someone else, somebody's coming in like really hot to trot. Really like on fire. This is what they want. This is what they want to achieve. Now, for you, with this Page of Wands and the Strength card, it's like you're, with the Ace of Cups, it's like you feel like if you go into this a little bit, like if there's a little bit of flirting, it's kind of like you feel like it's just going to turn into all this emotional stuff. Like you see it turning into that. So there is some sort of hesitation here. Maybe it's to protect something with the Death card. Like you're still protecting something here. But I do see it as that. You feel like if you go into this a little bit, like it's a little bit of, I don't know, like flirting, like a little bit of flirting. You take it there a little bit, you kind of feel like you're going to really have to work hard to not let this emotions or feelings, whatever it is, like it's heavier, bigger than just this little Page of Wands, that it's going to lead to this cup. See, now going from a Page of Wands with the Ace of Wands too, maybe the page creates a new beginning. Or maybe the new beginning is created for the page. Like something happens here. There's some sort of switch. It accelerates. It accelerates, and perhaps the rate of acceleration has you worried about this cup. I just feel like you're worried about the cup for some reason, because you have your Strength between the two. This Death card. This Death card. What order did that come in? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because it came in the Knight of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Wands. This is interesting. That's someone going from a knight to a queen is what it looks like. There's some sort of unknown sitting between here with the moon, and there's a big moon sitting behind this figure in the Death card too. Some sort of unknown, but there's some sort of transition here from someone going to making gestures to being like really committed to their desires and their passions here, really being expressive about it in a very, caring and nurturing way. So, you could say the Knight is like a little more flirtatious. Like, you go to a bar or restaurant and say, hey, baby, I thought it was, I've seen you somewhere. Like, I've never met you before. Like that. And then someone just legitimately coming up and just say, hey, like to buy you a drink, or like just something more sincere. It becomes something more sincere, but there's something with this moon energy. Maybe that's what it is, right? Because you're not seeing this, you don't see it, it seems like, it's just a tiny gesture. I don't want to go there because I think I'll end up developing feelings, or something new will start in my feelings. But with the Knight of Wands and the Moon, there's definitely some sort of transition, some sort of upping again, like, right? It feels like it went up from the Knave to the Ace, and then it goes from the Knight to the Queen. This Chariot, this abracadabra, like you were manifesting something, and I kind of feel like the universe is saying, surprise, here it is. Oh, geez, a Tower moment too. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something you're not expecting, which is likely why. And I notice it feels like this is feeling like having a big crush on someone, maybe. Having a big crush on someone, particularly with where this Tower card has now come out. And they never really paid much attention. I never really paid much attention. And then months, years go by, whatever. And you bump into this person and all of a sudden it's like, why are they flirting with me? Like, why would they do that? Because I can't go there. I feel like I'm just going to end up, because you know how you felt before. Because there's some reason here that you're kind of cautious about this, thinking, I don't want to get my feelings hurt, or my feelings coming out in this if I don't think it's, you know, safe to do that. Because it feels like something's upping. Out of, and the surprise. There's some sort of surprise here. Abracadabra. Surprise! It's like, oh, I was working on that before. That never happened. I don't understand. I'm just feeling that. So, the Wheel of Fortune. Let's go to there. The Wheel of Fortune card. The Wheel of Fortune. There you go. The Two of Cups. Might have been manifesting something, I swear. It's like, I don't know, maybe when you were in school you had a crush on someone, things have changed, I don't know. It's just, and all of a sudden now they're like, oh, hi. Hi. Right? Like, that's kind of what that feels like. It doesn't feel like, because I know some people who say, I'm not going back to my ex. I don't know, I'm not really feeling like an ex. I don't really feel that anywhere here. I'm looking for it for you. I'm looking for it. The Seven of Pentacles, because there is an assessment. And that with the Tower and the Abracadabra is kind of what's making me say, I think this is something you were manifesting in the past. And it's now, it's kind of like, well, now it's coming through, or it's about to come through, it's going to come through. Kind of when you don't expect it. And if it was a crush, maybe you got over the crush, or yeah, like you're just going on with your life now. So you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go through that again. So the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups for Gemini, the Ace of Cups for Gemini. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Well, that's you. So that's you. So this Ace of Cups is for you, or it's up to you to decide whether you accept it or you cut it out. That's that. It's up to you to decide whether you accept it or you cut it out. Because this is what you're trying to establish. Do you want these feelings? Do you trust the feelings too, maybe? You have the Hierophant at the bottom as well. The other cards are upside down. So there's definitely some sort of deeper connection here. So it's going to be up to you, Gemini. I think it is going to kind of be up to you what you want to do here. That's why this card has come out at the end. So there you go. See, you can manifest stuff, but you just don't get a timeline when it's coming. It's like that Alanis Morissette song, is it? Isn't it ironic? All you needed was all I wanted was a knife and all I had was a whole bunch of spoons. Yeah, like it's kind of like that. Because you're like, oh, you know, and then later when you want the spoons, all you're going to have is knives. Sometimes the universe does that. So there you go. All right, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.